Welcome back. Today, we are jumping into one of the most vivid and honestly, one of the strangest visions in the entire Bible. We're talking about a woman literally trapped inside a basket who then gets flown away by these winged creatures. Yeah, we're in Zechariah chapter 5, and we are going to decode this thing.
It's a wild image, right? You've got a woman, a specific kind of measuring basket, a heavy lead lid, and then this bizarre flight to a foreign country. This vision is just packed with symbols, so we're going to do what we do best. Break it down verse by verse and really get to the bottom of its powerful message about sin, judgment, and ultimately purification.
Okay, let's get right into the text. The whole thing kicks off in Zechariah 5, verse 5. An angel who's been guiding Zechariah tells him, "Lift up now thine eyes and see." And just like we would, Zechariah is confused. He says, "What is it?" And in verse 6, the angel gives us our first clue. This is an ephah that goeth forth.
So, what in the world is an ephah? Well, it wasn't just any old basket. It was a standard unit of measurement for grain, kind of like a gallon or a bushel for us. Everybody in that time would have immediately recognized it from the marketplace. So right away, this vision is tied to the world of commerce, trade, and economic life. That's super important, so keep it in mind.
And this is where the vision gets even stranger. Verse 7 says, "A talent of lead, which is a very, very heavy weight, is lifted off the top of this basket." And what's inside? Not grain, not goods for sale. It's a woman, just sitting there, right in the middle of this symbol of commerce.
Now the angel doesn't leave Zechariah or us guessing for long. Verse 8 is incredibly direct. He just comes out and says it. This is wickedness. The woman is the personification of sin itself. And then the angel forcefully throws her back down into the basket and slams that heavy lead lid right back on top, sealing it shut.
So that lid cover is a really big deal. This isn't just a simple lid. It's a massive weight. It represents the heavy, decisive, and totally complete nature of God's judgment. This wickedness isn't just being put away for a little while. It's being thoroughly and powerfully contained.
Now let's talk about how this thing gets moved. In verse 9, the scene becomes even more supernatural. Two women suddenly appear, and they have wings like a stork, with the wind powering them. And together, they lift this whole container of sealed wickedness right up into the air.
So these figures are clearly not ordinary. They're supernatural agents on a mission. The stork wings, the wind, it all points to speed, power, and divine authority. They have one specific job: get this container of wickedness out of the land completely.
Zechariah then asks the obvious question in verse 10. Where are they taking it? And the angel's answer in verse 11 is so specific and so deeply symbolic. He says they're taking it to build it in a house in the land of Shinar.
Now that destination is anything but random. Shinar is the ancient name for Babylon. And throughout the entire Bible, Babylon is the symbol for the heart of humanity's organized rebellion against God. It's the source code for false religion and opposition to God's ways.
So, let's just quickly put all the puzzle pieces together. You have the ephah representing corrupt commerce, the woman who is wickedness, the heavy lead cover symbolizing God's final judgment, the winged women who are the supernatural removal service, and the land of Shinar, the capital city of rebellion. It all tells one powerful story.
So when you put it all together, the message for Zechariah and the people of Israel was crystal clear. This vision is a promise of purification. God is actively cleansing his land. He's identifying, containing, and literally exporting systemic wickedness, sending it right back to where it belongs.
But let's dig just a little deeper on that destination. Why Shinar? That name is so loaded because it connects this vision to both the ancient past and the prophetic future. It shows us that this kind of wickedness has a long history and a final destiny.
First, Shinar takes us all the way back to Genesis chapter 11. It's the exact location of the infamous Tower of Babel. That was humanity's first big, organized, united rebellion against God. So this is wickedness being returned to its home turf, its point of origin. And it also points forward. The destination, Shinar, or Babylon, is a direct parallel to that great corrupt world system called Babylon the Great that we read about in Revelation chapters 17 and 18. That system is also destined for a final, catastrophic judgment.
You know, the vision ends with this really chilling phrase from the end of verse 11. Wickedness isn't just dumped in Shinar, a house is built for it. It is established and set there upon her own base. It's basically being given its own temple, its own throne, right in the heart of rebellion,
quarantined far away from God's people.
What a vision! It shows God meticulously separating evil from his people, literally giving wickedness its own proper home. And it leaves us with a pretty big thought to chew on. If sin has its own established house in the world, where then is our true refuge? Where is our true sanctuary from its influence?